knocking on doors, doing it for free. You know, I started off in a sales. I used to sell yellow pages, and when I sold yellow pages, you sell ads door to door.
Yeah.
And they were real big on being positive, writing your goals, and it started there.
Now, talk to us a little bit about goal setting and things. I know there's a lot of people out there that they want to set some goals, they want to make some things happen, but they just can't.
Okay. Now, I'm a big believer in telling the world your goals. You know, first, to set a goal, you can set. It's just got to be maybe a step in the right direction, you know. But when you tell the world your goals, then you're accountable to them.
Yeah.
If you're afraid to say, "This is what I want to do," are you really going to commit to doing it?
Okay. Now, talk to us about how people can set their goals and can make them a reality.
Okay. Now, first of all, in setting a goal, you know, years ago I wanted to open a restaurant. I had no money, zero money. I probably made $4 an hour at the time, you know. And I told people, I'm going to open a restaurant. It's going to be stainless steel. But it all starts with saying you're going to do it for one, and then moving towards it in some way. Experience, maybe saving $1, $2. Whatever you do, you're going in the right direction.
We've got a great guest with us today. I know I'm going to butcher his. We've got the video up and running now for our YouTube and Ustream viewers. DominickDomasky. Is that how you pronounce the name?
You're pretty close. It's DominickDomasky.
Domasky, it is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir. Who walked in behind me? Now, we've got. He is the author of the newly released inspirational book, "Don't Double Bread the Fish." This sounds, you have written a book that I swear to Christ sounds like something my good close personal longtime friend Frank Catolo would say, of Catolo Chronicles and the former Wolfman Jack sidekick. He used to say things such as like a blowfish in a twine factory, or like a ferret in a jello fight. What you have written here sounds like something he would say. What the hell is "don't double bread the fish"? What does this first of all mean?
Okay. Well, I could say it's a secret, but you seem like a nice guy, so I'll tell you. When I was in the restaurant business, you can re-bread fish. You take a piece of fish, you put it in egg wash, batter, breading, and you can. First, you bread it, you fry it, and you sell it. So after a day or so, you might re-bread that said fish. So now after 2, 3, 4 days, you probably shouldn't do it because that fish is getting bad. So don't double bread the fish. It's about one time when I did a shortcut, and it didn't work out so well for me.
Now, talk to us a little bit about the book writing process. What was that like for you?
Well, first of all, I've failed it. I probably failed every English class I ever took, and you'll probably know this from my grammar talking to you. It's not the best. So I started writing in little green spiral notebooks about 8 years ago. I wasn't a writer.
Okay.
You know, I started writing, and I said, I'm writing a book. And I just kept taking notes of funny stories, like you talking about your friend Frank. And, you know, I kept adding those stories, and eventually I was like Forrest Gump in a movie where you had enough stories, and you thought, you know what, I'm done. and there I had a book.
Now, the writing process here, what was some of the trials and tribulations of putting this book together?
Well, first of all, when you tell us you're writing a book, everybody thinks you're a jerk because they say, hey,
that's nice.
You're a restaurateur, you're an insurance salesman. What do you know about writing books? You know, so besides for everybody's negativity, which you just got to push through and, you know, just got to do it and not tell too many people, and now they can look on Amazon or whatever and see it's there, you know. But go on.
I love that. Now, talk to us about some of the reviews and some of the different things you've gotten about the book so far. I'm sure that you sent out advanced copies to people to look over.
Yeah, you're right. And I had a bishop. A bishop that endorsed the book. He put me on the front of his inspirational network. It's called the SIBN. I had a retired Air Force pilot give a testimonial. A former CEO of Tyson Chicken.
Wow.
So I put it out there. I never let too many people read it along the way. I just thought I wanted them to see the final pristine copy, and so I was real pleased when some of those people came back and said, what they said about it.
Now, talk to us a little bit. I know that you're on Twitter at DOMD1000, and motivationchamps.com is the website. Talk to us about the website.
Well, years ago, another thing I failed at, I tried to start my own website around the time. This was back before when you needed to know algorithms, before templates and everything like that.
Yeah.
It would take me about 2 days to put a text box on the website. So that went the way of the buffalo. This motivationchamps.com, I called in the help of a dear friend, Lynn Wagner, and she led me in the right direction and helped me build it. Motivational Press, my publisher, they said here's what an author needs to have on their website, and before that I didn't know. So the combination of the two, they came out with a pretty, helped me build a pretty nice website.
Now, Dominick, talk to us about why should people go pick this book up? I know there's a lot of options out there. A lot of people are interested in reading books with the summer and everything, and a lot of people have tight budgets. Why should people go pick your book up?
Well, I appreciate you asking me that. The main reason is I started to say earlier, I'm not an Olympian. I never got a Medal of Honor or anything like that. I'm not even a business titan yet. But I didn't write this book from a pedestal. I didn't write it from some mountaintop. I wrote it from digging ditches, picking up cigarettes, getting punched in the face, butter wiped in my hair. I wrote it from a perspective where the everyday guy is. I didn't say it's about finding success. Persistence, failure, finding success. So I think guys could identify more, girls identify more with, I'm not coming from ancient Babylon. I'm talking about modern day inspiration is what I write about. I'd love them to pick it up.
It's a tremendous piece of business. We've got with us today a great guy. You can find him on Twitter at DOMD1000, DominickDomasky. I'll have to say, my man, motivationchamps.com is a hell of a website. Talk to us about where you see the website going over the next 6 months or so.
Oh, geez. Website? I don't know. I would say I would like to get a lot more links up on there, like fancy links, like your picture on there, and more. You
don't want people to have a bad association with me on your website.
Once I got you on there, I'd be selling millions of books.
There you go. Now, Dominick, talk to us a little bit about writing. And how was it exactly that you got the interest in writing this book and putting this whole thing together?
Okay. When I was about 13 years old, my dad passed on a book to me. He actually paid me $100 to read it. Good deal.
Wow.
It was a motivational book that he believed in. It was called The World's Greatest Salesman by Og Mandino.
Awesome.
Okay. And it was an inspirational book.
Yeah.
He passed it on. I didn't really understand it at the time, but I kept it by me. And one of the lessons I learned early on from it was I must persist until I succeed.
Yep.
So I kept that book with me over the years. And when I hit some failures later on in my life, I started picking up more and more and more of these books, reading them, studying the founders, the greats, and then I started thinking, hey, maybe I got something to say. And then I thought, maybe I have something I have to say.
We've got a great guest with us today here on the line. Talk to us a little bit about the inspiration for moving forward. We were talking about goal setting and things earlier. What's the inspiration for moving forward after you wrote this incredible book?
As in move. So where do I go from here? Or?
Yeah. Where do you go from here with the book? And is there another book coming down the pike? Things of that nature.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, the one thing about inspiration, a motivational book, it's all about maybe one person reading it, getting one thing they like out of it, and passing it on. If you ask me in a year from now, how's the book doing? That would be a real test, So I just want to get it out to as many people as I can and let them be the judge. Can you get one thing, two things out of it? Will you pass it on? Will you laugh, cry? What will you pick up?
Yeah. We've got a great guest with us today here on the line. I'll have to say one of the things that I love about the book besides the title is the fact that you've got a lot of information in here. As we go, what is the most important piece of information that people can pull out of this great read?
Okay. If I would think the number one thing that I really want to say to people is no failure has to define you. I've been down. I've been out. I've been $500,000 in debt. I've had a warrant out for my arrest. I've been bankrupt 3 times, whatever, but I just move on, pick up the pieces, and the past doesn't have to define you. No failure ever does. It may scar you. I got scars. It may mold you, but it doesn't have to define you.
Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. Incredible book, incredible process here. Once again, the website. Mention the website and kind of what people can check out with you over there on the website.
Okay, the website is www.motivationchamps.com. And what it is it's a place for inspiration. I have